There are many levels of paññā, or wisdom. Wisdom of a beginner level, wisdom of an intermediate level, and wisdom of the highest level. You want wisdom of the highest level to arise within you, but it cannot arise because you do not possess the foundation for high-level wisdom. It is like you folks sitting here. If you were never born or a child before, would you be an adult now? Would you be able to age? You would be unable to age. It is the same way with education. For you to have the knowledge and intelligence that you have today from your education to the point of becoming a teacher who has earned a PhD, you all must have passed the process of learning your ABCs. It isn't that an individual can just look at something and suddenly become a monk, become a sorcerer, or become an expert. That is impossible. Likewise, when it comes to the practice of mental cultivation, concentrating on the Pali Gama phrase, Putto, in order for paññā jhana, or wisdom insight, to arise, that is impossible. It is Dhamma that the Buddha didn't teach, so why is it being taught? This wisdom insight that we are talking about arises from wisdom of an intermediate level. Wisdom of an intermediate level arises from wisdom of a beginner level. Thus, endeavor to develop wisdom of a beginner level such that it is strong. Once wisdom of a beginner level is strong, wisdom of an intermediate level, that is called vipassana, or insight, is bound to arise successively. After becoming proficient in vipassana contemplations, the aforementioned wisdom insight will arise thereafter in the final stage. Now, does this wisdom actually arise? Yes, it does. However, this wisdom will arise from wisdom itself. It will not directly arise from samadhi or meditation. Whenever this wisdom arises in a practitioner of mental cultivation, that person will awaken to the Dhamma and become a noble one, Ācariya Pukkala, within the next minute. At the very least, they will become a noble stream winner, Sotapanna. This is when wisdom arises for a practitioner. However, in current times, people do not quite understand this aspect of wisdom. They merely simply subscribe to the teacher's beliefs that they should meditate, and once the mind becomes calm, wisdom will arise. This is the extent of their understanding. This is all that they do. When it comes to meditating, there are various dangers. If you do not understand and do not study the dangers of meditation, you may make mistakes and may become deranged, vipallasa. When it comes to meditation, there are many methods that must be studied. It isn't that merely concentrating on meditative mantras is sufficient. It's not like that. As for the practice of mental cultivation that everyone is interested in these days, I wish to change the thinking and perceptions surrounding this. Do not feel determined, hopeful, or assume that meditating until the mind is calm will cause wisdom to arise. Cut that out of your mind. It is utterly senseless. The more you believe this, the more determination you have, the more your practice of mental cultivation will be wrong. This is not the Buddha's path. You may think that during the Buddha's time, didn't people meditate? They did, because meditation and wisdom contemplation go hand in hand. At times, they would use wisdom to contemplate the Dhamma. At times, they would meditate. They go hand in hand in that way. May you understand that you should practice them hand in hand. At times, meditate. At other times, contemplate with wisdom.